evening, Northern Colorado. This is Kilo Delta Zero, Tango Yankee uniform. My name is Bill, and I'm looking 11, and I'll be net control for this evening's Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club net. The purpose of this net is to provide a forum announcements for amateur radio-related events, a meeting time on the air to encourage social interaction between club members, and also to provide you a point of contact for club board members. This net may be interrupted at any time for emergency or prior traffic. If you need to use the system for an emergency, say the word break, give your call sign. We will acknowledge you and suspend the net until you advise us that you are clear. Are there any emergency or prior traffic at this time? All licensed amateur radio operators with 70-centimeter privileges are encouraged to check in the net. Club membership is, of course, encouraged but never required to be able to participate. This net will begin as a directed net and then shift into an open net. There will be opportunities with stations with equipment to be able to announce those particular items and to have things for sale. And check-in is requested for the purpose of counting participation, and no checkout is ever required. Once stations have checked in, net control will ask club board members if they have any announcements, and then we'll call for any other announcements from any other operators. Please be courteous once the formal part of the net is over and allow break-ins from other stations to be part of the conversation. When checking in, please give your call sign slowly using the ITU phonetic alphabet. This evening we have had 19 early check-ins. I'll now call for club board members. Club board members who've not checked in earlier, please call now.
Good evening, Joe. This is Whiskey Zero, Delta Delta Zulu, Dave and Greeley.
And good evening, everyone. Kilo India Zero, Kilo November, James in Loveland.
And I would like to welcome W0DDZ and KI0KN, James and Dave. Any other board members who have not checked in earlier, please call. Okay, let's open this up to club members. Club members who have not checked in earlier, please call now, Alpha through Zulu.
Kilo Echo Zero, Romeo, X-Ray, Foxtrot.
India 7, Papa, 7 p.m., Bill.
Good evening, Joe. Kilo 8, Golf Echo Echo, Jerry in Fort Collins.
Whiskey 8 Lima, Tim in Windsor. WW8L, thank you very much, Tim, Phil, and KE0RXF. Anyone else want to check in earlier? Let's open this up. Club members, whoever, please call.
Good evening, Joe. Kilo 8, Golf Echo Echo, Jerry in Fort Collins.
I'd like to welcome KAGE, Jerry. Anyone else want to check in? Please call.
Please check in Kilo November 4, Sierra Oscar November, KN4SON, David in Denver, North Carolina.
Good evening, KN4SON. Thank you very much, David, for checking in. When you said Denver, I thought you meant Denver, but North Carolina, excellent. Thank you very much for checking in. Anyone else want to check in, please call.
This is Alpha Echo 0, Charlie, Foxtrot, Ben, Falklands.
Good evening, Ben. Anyone else?
Good evening, Joe. Kilo 1 Delta Charlie Yankee, currently in Loveland.
What are you doing in Loveland?
Just had dinner, now we're heading back home.
I've been here, the farther south you go, the worse it gets, but maybe not, I don't know.
Yeah, we chased a couple cells up toward Greeley and then headed over and got some dinner. K1DCY.
Okay, anyone else want to check in, please call. Okay, let's move right along. I know, Darren, I know you can't. Did you have anything else besides that announcement, KC0ZIE? Other that. Back to you, KC0ZIE. Darren, say again. I didn't catch that. Darren, one more time. All right. Is this doing any better? Much. All right. Thanks for doing that other announcement for me. Hard to do it while I'm driving. And nothing else for the net. Thanks a lot. KC0ZIE. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Wayne, did you have anything for the net tonight? Wayne? Oh, I guess not. How about W0DDZ? Dave, did you have anything for our net tonight?
Hey, Joe, just a reminder about the picnic coming up on Saturday, September 21st. This is going to replace the club meeting, so don't go to Golden Corral, come to the picnic. We are going to be at Fossil Creek Park, which is located at 5821 South LeMay Avenue. Shelter's located on the west side of the park and sits on the northwest side of Fossil Creek Lake. For close parking, use the west parking lot, which is accessed from Fossil Creek Parkway off of College Avenue. Club's going to be providing drinks and grilled meats. It's going to be a potluck, so bring a dish to share. There will be restrooms close by and water there. Any questions about the picnic coming up in 10 days?
This is Alpha Zero MX. What's the time on that one?
Oh, yes, thank you. That will be 11 to 4 is, I think, the posted time, but we have the park all day.
Thank you.
Any other questions about the picnic, please call. Hearing none, thank you all. I hope to see you there. Back to you, Joe. Whiskey 0, Delta Delta Zulu.
Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Wayne, 80KE, did you have anything for us this evening? I guess Wayne's left us. KI0KN, James, do you have anything for us this evening?
Thanks, Joe. Just a quick note. I sent out a proposal via email to replace some antennas and help us rebuild our rack at our existing Buckhorn East site that holds the 447-700 and 146625. I've already got a ton of email replies back, so thank you very much for those that have voted. I just want to stop there for just a moment and see if anybody has any questions about what we're proposing doing there. Okay, well, hearing none, if you haven't voted or don't know about this, please check your email and vote if you would be so kind, yes or no, so that we can get this stuff on order if the proposal passes to fund our rebuild of that site. The only other info I have is that I am actually literally in the shop right now working on the rack for Rattlesnake. We got the solar panels themselves physically installed to the rack, and we're ready to build that site out. So watch for some help announcements with that, and with Buckhorn West coming soon, we should have Rattlesnake on the air imminently. Any other questions about anything else that's going on before I turn it back to Net?
KF4 to US.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
It was too vague the other night asking questions. I should have been more specific. What are the plans for the 220 repeaters? Where possibly?
Yes, the 220, as I reported to the board the other night, I should report that here. I made an announcement here earlier that I've got a borrowed, brand new in the box duplexer from Eric N6 RFI to do my testing and figuring out what's the last piece I need to try and figure out why the system's not working. With some luck, that will resolve it. We actually probably could put, we definitely could put the 220 repeater either at Rattlesnake or at Buckhorn. I think it probably makes more sense at Rattlesnake, and that is likely where it's going to go as long as we have the power budget for it. So we should know the final answer to that soon, but that is kind of what I've got eyeballed, is probably that it will go at Rattlesnake. If it doesn't, we can absolutely host it at Buckhorn. Does that answer your question, Mike?
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. KF4 to US, back to Net.
Okay, nothing like a giant maybe there, huh? More info soon. Any other questions? Okay, well, thanks everybody, and thanks for the support. Hopefully we can just continue moving the club forward and getting better and better services and things for all our members and community. Have a good night. KI0KN, back to Net.
Thank you much for that. I do appreciate that, James, that input. I've got a couple things here. First thing we've got is we got a notice about a presentation that you might be interested in. It's a presentation on hams in space. Let this drop for a minute. And everyone is cordially invited to attend the ham radio related presentation at Estes Park with former astronaut speaker Lauren Shriver. I guess maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's a 1-hour talk provided with a short Apollo project communications which focus on hams such as Owen, W5LFL, in the early 70s. It's not for a while. Let me let this drop. But it should be something you might be interested in doing it. It's actually posted on our website. It's on November 16th this year. It's at the Estes Park Memorial Observatory. I'm sorry. And there is a map on the thing. The doors open at 7 o'clock and the program starts at 7:30. So if you have any questions about that, there's a contact here, or you can send me a note at president@ncarc.net, and I'll definitely get some information for you. I sent out a note a couple weeks ago for people who are going to go to the technician's class, and if you happen to be knowing someone who does, we had to move it from the REA building due to some remodeling that they were doing. And this is also on the website. It will be held at the Weld Administration Building at 1150 O Street, and that is O Street, not 0 Street, in Greeley. And if you have to, if you need more information on that, please contact me, and I'll send you maps or whatever for that particular thing. The third thing I've got, which I think is really, really cool, is from September 7th through, I think, the 15th, Route 66 is on the air. And right now, 40 is not bad. 20 is junk, but 40 is not bad. And they're all over there. And you get a certificate for it and all the rest of this stuff. So it's kind of worth checking into if you're kind of one of these guys that like this odd contesting type thing like I am. So anyway, does anybody else have anything for the net? Okay, we've reached the gear swap portion of our little event here. Does anybody have anything they really want to sell or something they really need to buy? Please call now. Okay, well, this will conclude the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Net. That lasted about 17 minutes, and we had 31 check-ins. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for participating, and we'll start again next Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, starting our early check-ins, and 6:30 we'll do the repeater. So if there's no one else has anything for the net, the repeater's open for general use. Everybody have a pleasant evening. KD0TYU going to be clear.
This presentation was brought to you by the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.